Los Angeles this afternoon, where he practices. Attorney Josh Ritter's on the show. Josh, it's always great having you here with us. And as we're kind of wrapping up this hour, seems to me, and I'm not a lawyer licensed in New Jersey, but I'm thinking these prosecutors must prove operability with the firearm. Are you thinking the same thing?
Yes, I am. I think this is what we call housekeeping, right? Mm-hmm. They're just kind of dotting the I's, crossing the T's. A lot of this is not all that important. What they're making sure is that they're getting these exhibits in argument, and they throw up an exhibit, or they talk about some issue that this expert is covering, that there's not going to be any issues as far as having laid that foundation during the trial.
Right. And Josh, as they're kind of wrapping up their week, tell me, looking at both sides and looking at this case as objectively as possible, do you think either side has an advantage right now where things stand in the testimony?
You know, I got to say, I think I'm leaning towards the prosecution here. And the reason for that is not that the defense hasn't done a good job. I think they have. But really, when you come down to it, you got to look at this case as a man took a gun and fired 2 bullets at point blank range into a woman's chest. And that's a really high hurdle to get past. And you can talk about self-defense, and maybe there was some arguing, and maybe they had a past. End of the day, that just looks like cold-blooded murder to me. And thank God she's alive, but I think they're going to have a real uphill battle arguing against that.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see the defense. I think the biggest problem for the defense is not these 2 witnesses. I think it's going to be them needing to pick a legal theory. Either it's self-defense or it's insanity. I would never, ever advise someone to go into trial on both. So I'll be curious to see if something changes between now and then.